Want to build great-looking decks as efficiently as possible with no nagging callbacks. We're here at Spotnails to show you how to do just that with TEBOs, the revolutionary new deck fastener from Spotnails. We'll also show you how to use the TEBO Decker, the special tool that enables you to drive TEBOs quickly and easily. Using the TEBO Decker and TEBOs, you will be able to delight your customers with deck surfaces that are smooth and free of unsightly splinters and dangerous nail pops. But before we get started, we'd like to offer some other suggestions that will make your job easier and give you an even better result. First, be sure to select lumber that is straight and in good condition. Avoid lumber with crooks, crowns, or damage to the top edge of the joist. Also, please review the printed manual for details on how the moisture content of wood can affect the spacing of deck boards. This is especially important if you are using pressure-treated wood. You may wish to use a temporary rim joist, one that does not come up to the level of the other joist. This will allow the TEBO Decker and mallet to be used through the end deck board. You can replace the temporary rim joist with a full-size joist after the deck boards are installed. We also suggest that during installation, you rest the joist on a beam whenever possible. This will allow you to use the TEBO Decker to drive TEBOs all the way to the end of the joist. After the deck surface is completed, you can install the band or rim joist. While most deck joists are built with joint spacing of 16 inches or 24 inches on center, some deck designs may require spacing of some joists at less than 16 inches apart. Make sure that you leave at least 10 inches between joists. This allows enough room to swing the mallet. We also recommend you nail diagonal braces to the underside of the deck to hold the frame square. And we suggest that you nail spreader boards every 4 or 5 feet on the top surface of the joist to maintain proper spacing. Be sure to mark the spreader boards with the proper joist spacing to make certain the joist spacing is maintained throughout the deck construction. The TEBO Decker can be used with the 3 most common thicknesses for deck boards: 1 inch, 3/4 inch, and 2 inch. Spacer plates are provided to ensure the TEBO drives into the center of the side of the deck board. Now you're ready to get started. Begin by fastening the first deck board using a nail or a screw on the starting edge, which is usually against the house. Then place the TEBO Decker into the corner of the deck board and joist, making certain there is good contact with both boards. To ensure good contact with the joist, step on the edge of the deck board as close to the tool as possible. You may also step on the footplate. Put all of your weight over the board edge and strike the TEBO Decker with a mallet to firmly anchor the TEBO. Be sure to drive a TEBO at every intersection. The third leg should be at an angle of approximately 90 degrees to accept the next deck board. To drive on the next board, place your heel close to the edge of the installed deck board. The ball of your foot should extend onto the next deck board. Keep most of your weight on the edge of the next deck board, the one that is being driven on the TEBO prong. This will ensure that the next deck board fits tight to the joist. Proper posture and footwork will help you save time and drive TEBOs more accurately. So let's take another look at this critical step. See how this installer places his heel close to the edge of the board he's just attached, with the ball of his foot on the board he will attach next? Most deck builders find it's easier to work from left to right. Move ahead of the next TEBO prong to make contact with the deck board, keeping your weight firmly on the board. Lean to your left while striking the deck board onto the next prong, reaching as far to the left as you can. You may need to do some shimming when working with soft deck board wood like cedar. You can remove the spreaders as your deck surface progresses, and the diagonal braces can be removed when the surface is completed. Be aware that bridging installed too soon can obstruct the TEBO Decker. For that reason, we recommend waiting to install the bridging until you have brought the deck surface to the spot you're working. The next deck board will cover the bridging and will not obstruct the TEBO Decker. The TEBO Decker can also be used to install very hard, dense materials such as epay, which has become very popular among homeowners. You may need to use a drill fixture to pre-drill holes. This drill fixture uses a 3/32 inch bit to drill a pilot hole. You may also wish to consider using our new inverted point TEBO, which is designed for hard materials and can be installed without a drill fixture. Regardless of what kind of material you are working with, you may find it easier to use a tapping block. This will protect the wood and spread the impact of the blow. We recommend using a block that is at least 4 feet long and 1 inch thick. Place the tapping block against the deck board at the points you want to drive onto. To help ensure firm placement, position the toe of 1 foot against the tapping block, keeping your heel over the edge of the board. Your other foot should be at least 1 joist space ahead of the other. Always keep your toe or heel on the edge of the board that is in contact with the TEBO prongs. TEBOs can be used to fasten all solid composite deck boards in the same amount of time it takes to work with standard wood boards. Some homeowners prefer to have their deck boards installed on an angle, and the TEBO decker works well with any angle. The key is to make sure the wing of the tool stays flat with the deck board or joist, depending on what side of the joist you need to use. When the angle to the right of the joist is more than 90 degrees, the tool can be used in the regular manner. If the tool won't fit, you need to drive from the left side of the joist. As always, when driving from the left side of the joist, the third leg must be bent to a 90-degree angle. By inserting the third leg into the hole of the leg bender, you can bend that leg to 90 degrees. This allows the next board to be driven onto the points. If you need to complete the length of a deck with a butt joint, simply drive a TEBO on both sides of the joint. Now that the deck surface is complete, just install the rim joist and your job is done. One last note, even though TEBOs will help you build decks that last longer, there may be times when it's necessary to replace a deck board. We recommend ripping down the middle of the board to be replaced, making sure that you don't cut into the joist. Pull out each half, revealing the TEBO legs. Tap the angled leg parallel with the deck board so that it becomes a spacer. Tap the replacement board onto the remaining TEBO legs. Anchor the other side of the board by angling stainless steel finishing nails into the deck board and joist. This hides the fasteners for the new board. Following these simple steps will help you use TEBOs to build and maintain decks your customers will love. For more information about building beautiful decks with TEBOs, please write Spotnails, 1100 Hicks Road, Rolling Meadows, Illinois 60008, or call 800-873-2239, or visit us on the web at www.spotnails.com. Thanks for watching.